Hello everyone, Coach Carole back again. This tutorial is a follow-on from the one that I did earlier today. She's talking about how to use Chat GPT for Omni to help scope, outline, and write a story about a place, a significant place to you, like a house, home, building, or even a street or a town. I then went on to show you in that previous video how my story was taking shape. So I wanted to come back and show you what I have done since then and how quickly the whole thing has come together. I'm asking Chat GPT for that I want to encapsulate what it was like for me at my new home and neighborhood. And so as I was thinking about where I used to live, I had these little memories come into my brain, and I just put them down as dot points from memories about my hairbrushing, school, about our pets, about lazy days in the sun, and something about the furniture in the building, the traffic outside, and visits from people like the grocer, the milkman, and the Watkins man with his suitcase of ointments and unguents and trips to the park and so on. And that was just a scattering of memories that I was able to put in place just for a few minutes. And it came back with this delightful set of paragraphs that focused in on my new home and neighborhood at 11 Laura Street and put all of that into a narrative, strung it together in such a way as it makes sense to the reader to read through it sequentially, and had everything in it that I had included in the dot points. A very simple way to get started. I can change any part of that, of course, and add to it or delete some of it. But I then just copied that and put it into my story, and I'll show you what it's looking like now as part of a blog post. I went a step further and said, I want a paragraph now about the legacy from my days at Laura Street. Again, just some dot points about what I was remembering. Suburban blocks were smaller than what I was used to. And the way the house looks now after going to Google and looking at the actual house as it stands today. And a little bit of reminiscent about how idyllic these times were and how fortunate we were. And the fact that we were moving again to another town. And this was to be a nostalgic trip down memory lane. So now I've asked it to create that. Well, I didn't actually ask to create it. I just said, now I have a paragraph about the legacy for my days at Laura Street. It knew exactly what I wanted it to do. And it came back with this set of paragraphs about the legacy of my days at Laura Street. And I then copied that and put that in place. So it's quite an easy process, really, and very quickly comes together. So now let me show you what that looks like in my weare.xyz, and it's actually now in a blog post called Writing About a Home. So here we are with the arrival story, a few images, still a work in progress, but this is the photo that I gained from going to the Google site. And these are the words that Omni came up with. And this is a little bit more about the journey coming to Australia on board the Orchidees. And then some reminiscing about the neighbourhood. And this one was an archive photo of the milkman delivering milk. And then further on to the legacy of my days at Laura Street. So I have a neat story now about my own reminiscing about a place. And I can share that by clicking on the share post and copying that link. I'll put that in the text below this video for you if you want to go and have a look. I do advocate having a look at weare.xyz as the final repository for your stories about place and many, many other things. So have some fun with that. All you need to do is have further conversations with Chat GPT for Omni and just use dot points and ask it to come up with a narrative. I'll be back soon with more.